The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. When he finds his target, it's Marquise Goodwin. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
Cincinnati.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Now K.J. Osborne. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Allen. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. 21-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Chargers 21, Bengals nothing.
Throwing on second and long. Allen got a man and he hits him in stride. Charger touchdown. Marquise Brown, 60 yards. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the third time today. Picked off. And look at this. Big gain by Fuller. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
7-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 9.
Stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. Steps away. Finding room to the 20. And he takes it in for the Charger touchdown. Josh Allen, 34 yards. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him starting to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back to the air on second down. It's Kaepernick. Deep ball for Goodwin. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
And they run the option on second down, eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, the quarterback pulls it.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Lightning speed there from the safety, Devin McCourty, on the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out right, letting one go deep for the end zone. And this hits Cole. He's got it. Touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Chargers 49, Bengals nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Osborne. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential A snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Looks right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Another big play here as they strike for 31. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Set to kick off.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because...
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Allen now on 1st down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Von Miller gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He finds an opening past the 40. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
A big gain on the play, but it leads to 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and run the option. Buying time to his left. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick rolling to his left. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And picked up by... And now look at this. Big game and a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Give him 30 yards there. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now this time, Allen will throw. Flushed out right. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And now look at this. Big game. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Kaepernick.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
The Sanders has it poked free and picked up by the Chargers. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back at the 31-yard line.
That's the way to get him going, boy. Ready?
He's going to run again. Space to run past the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
Offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And now they're going to fake it. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Flush to his right. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. We knew he had the potential to give this defense fits with his arm, but he's really giving them fits with his legs in this one.
Got him tied knots, doesn't he? Because you can see the indecision all the way through. Because when you're defending an RPO and you have to have the proper assignments, that means you're thinking instead of reacting, and he's taking full advantage of that, having a big game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Rock Yasin. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building. And
oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And then and all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. He's going deep for Brown. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Williams loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team to the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you